Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video by Skully. So I want to do something a little different in this video today. I know a lot of the videos I kind of first started doing were about mental illness and stuff, which I love to talk about. But of course I have another love I would really like to discuss on the internet as well. Does this look familiar to anybody? It's wireless, but didn't used to be back in the 90s. Yeah, so I'm a big gamer just like a lot of people are. Although video games are not something that really has appealed to everybody, they have always been a very big part of my life and a big part of my heart as well. When I started this channel, I decided I wanted to use this channel for really a lot of different topics, including mental illness, but not being the only thing. So here today in this video, I would like to kind of open a segment about gaming. More specifically, the one I'd like to talk about today is an old favorite of mine. This looks a little different than the very first one that came out a long time ago. This is all of them put together, but this is part of the Sims franchise. The very first one, all the expansion packs are in it too, and along with some other things. So this is really always once had a very special place in my heart. There were a lot of times if I was feeling kind of depressed or just simply wanted to have some fun for a really long time. That was always one of my first video games of choice, just because it was just a really great outlet. Even if I was not so interested in playing with some of the Sim families on there, building homes and just kind of making a little town for your people was also really fun as well. I do have some other notable mentions. This is from the third one. I also really liked the third one because I felt like it had more in it like the second one did, but kind of its own little thing as well, like some kind of things that you couldn't do in The Sims 2 that you were able to do in this one. It made it a little easier. I do also still like to play the second one from time to time as well. So I've kind of mainly gravitated towards the first Sims generations, like 1, 2, and 3. There is a fourth one out. I didn't really get into that one quite as much. I did play it a little bit. I think I still have it on Origin somewhere, but I didn't dive too deep into that one because I primarily liked the first 3, and I mean, I didn't play the fourth one all that much either. So other people may know a lot more personally about that one than I do, just simply because I just love 1 through 3. They're my favorite ones. So yeah, The Sims. So many wonderful memories. I kind of go back and forth with it because I play other games as well, but that one's always had a near and dear portion of my heart from pretty early age. It was definitely a game I think I kind of enjoyed more so when I was a teenager, maybe closer to young adult, because when I was younger, I definitely loved it, but then there were some times like, well, you have to take care of your people, fulfill their motives, play with them, kind of almost like real life. So, it kind of makes you feel better about life itself, but then of course your people can die, so, when I was younger, that was a lot more depressing. Like, I've been playing the game long enough that I'm kind of used to it now. It's kind of, but when I was younger, that bothered me a little bit more, just because it was a little bit, like, darker, I guess. Once you get to the second or third one, I feel like it's kind of more lighthearted, so that stuff is not quite as bad, but, like, the first one, I feel like the first one was a little bit more morbid when that stuff happened, so if that happened and you were, like, if I was, like, 12... that was a little bit more like, that kind of maybe made me a little depressed sometimes, or maybe even made me a little anxious here and there, and, well, then I'd have to kind of take a break from it for a little bit, and that wasn't always fun, especially because I love that game so much, and have spent so much of my childhood playing it. So it's definitely kind of some things to consider if you're thinking about introducing it to somebody, because, not everybody handles things like that in games very well, and some things like that can be upsetting, which... thankfully, I feel like this game is kind of more humor than it is anything else, but kind of depends on which one you play. But yeah, so like I said before, like if you've ever played SimCity, I feel like it's like that in the sense where they have a town, but you create a family to play with, like mom, dad, kids, and it's pretty cool. You can make them get married and all this other stuff. I think they do a pretty good job making it for people at different ages, but if it's for somebody younger, they might want to kind of just keep some things in mind, because they do kind of have some adult things in there as well, and I don't find it particularly violent or anything like that. Some people use mods for that kind of stuff, but not everybody uses mods for various reasons, especially because some of them can cause issues on your computer and stuff like that. But it's a very, very nice game to play if you're, things in life are very complicated, got a lot going on, and, I've heard some people say, like, hey, if you're not feeling the best about your own life, you can go play The Sims and, you can have a job and a house. And, well, I mean, that is true. So, yeah, I think that's why people kind of found it as a nice escape if they were feeling kind of depressed or feel like they kind of needed some sort of little just break. So, yeah, that's my little small segment about The Sims. I just really love sharing my hobbies about that kind of stuff with other people, because I know there's plenty of other gamers out there. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have played some games that probably I haven't even played yet that I'm sure are really exciting. So, yeah, that's kind of, if you want to take a lot of explanations kind of things and combine it into a short little tidbit about The Sims, then, yeah, that's my little intro to that. There's a lot of really helpful gameplays online and on YouTube, but if you're kind of looking for some helpful hints with that, there's also some websites that help with, like, Easter eggs, cheats, and that kind of stuff. Obviously, just be careful what websites and stuff you go to, because, some of them can be kind of shady and everything, because that's just kind of how the internet is, unfortunately. But I hope everybody's doing really well, and hopefully you guys have been finding some nice hobbies to do during the pandemic that have been nice stress relief and really kind of helping during all the stress that's been going this past year. So, like I said, video games is a big one for me, and hopefully there's some other really good ones as well. But, so, that's my little intro to The Sims, and you guys are gamers like me. Hopefully you're having some fun, try some new things, and just keeping happy. Alright, till next time, have a great day.